Hey, real estaters, you can stream every episode of The Industrialists on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Prime members can enjoy ad-free listening on Amazon Music. All right. Will, it's great to have you back.
I'm back, baby. Let's go.
People will know who's talking now. I don't know where Versace is. He might be knee deep in a property management issue.
Yeah,
So-
there's also a lot of stuff going on this week coming up with weather, so he's
Oh, yeah.
probably
Mhm.
playing risk manager.
So, quick announcements. ICSC Red River in San Antonio is coming up. If you're on that side and want to hit us up, we'll be there. We'll be setting some meetings, rapid fire. If you want to invite us to your cocktail party, we'll accept those invitations too. And if you'd like to take us to dinner, we'll accept that as well.
Yes, we will have Matador coverage for probably multiple days. Some of us will be there all day for a day or two, but
Every day.
I think we'll have coverage most of that week in SATX.
Cool. Quick. Also, we've got a couple suites available at Parkside. They're 5,000-foot bays, made ready, white box, LED lit, ready to rock. We'll get pretty aggressive on a deal. Like,
Yeah.
you bring us a tenant and they want to lease the building, they're probably going to lease it.
Yep,
So,
that's Parkside in Irving.
in Irving. Indices, the Dow closed out at 49,583, up 61 points. The S&P closed out at 6931, down 41 points. NASDAQ closed 23,483, down 205 points. West Texas Intermediate crude closed out at $59 a barrel, pretty much unchanged. The 5-year is at 3.83. The 10-year is at 4.26. And SOFR 3.63. Those are all pretty much unchanged.
Okay, let's go into stocks.
Stocks.
We're recording a little bit later in the week now, but this week's performance so far has been really great. REIT, hotel, motel up big. You know, they're just reconciling all them books from the holiday travel. So hotels are up 4.25%. Real estate services, we're back, baby, at 3.79%. REIT mortgage, we're up 2.5. Real estate diversified 1.7. REIT diversified 1.41. REIT retail up a little bit. Development, office, specialty, residential are all under 25 bips, 26 bips. If you don't know what a basis point, I can't help you on that. I'm shocked if you're in commercial real estate. REIT healthcare facilities are down and industrial is actually down. I do want to note the 1 month performance for real estate stocks, fucking huge.
How huge, Will?
Real estate development's up 8% in a month. It's
Nice.
all green, all winners. Real estate's back, baby. Donald DJT is in the house. Rates are steady. The economy's ripping. What slowdown?
Well, I do think people now don't have objections. Tariffs was a big thing. Uncertainty last year, big thing. I don't think there's objections like that anymore.
Yeah, people are used to normal. This is being normal.
U.S. debt, $29 billion. Who cares? It's almost like I want to quit tracking this because it's like, what does it even matter anymore? I'm still pissed about DJ Trump not with all the fraud and abuse stuff that's out there now. That's like all these, these daycares and all this stuff. Like
Wild.
Like we need to amp up Doge, like not get rid of it, but whatever. Term of the week. I try to get rid of this, and it just always finds a way.
Before you announce it, if you guys have got stuff, please send them.
Yes.
This is a segment that it might die. We love it, but we need some ammo.
We are running out of gas.
Yes.
I literally sent an email internally this morning and said, I think I'm going to RIP term of the week. But it rose from the grave. Had a call earlier, and I've heard this term before, but I just never used it. But here we are. Hole in the donut. So we were talking about a piece of property and where it sits, and it was like, it's the hole in the donut, you know.
Walk me through what that means.
Well, so in this instance, it was a property not like the others surrounding it. So it was kind of the anomaly right in the middle, you know. So
Okay.
it was the hole in the donut, you know. Or it could also be used, I've heard it used like, oh, well, you know, this property's right in the middle of where everything's going on. So it's the hole in the donut. It's
Okay.
dead. It's, you know, it's ground zero essentially, right? So of whatever your radius you're looking at, I think that's kind of how I take it. So staying alive, but if it doesn't show up next week, we might RIP this thing.
Yeah.
Retire it. So property management moments, thoughts, commercial real estate stuff. I'm going to put a real name behind this at some point, but today I just kind of I'm going to use this time going forward just to kind of talk about certain things about commercial real estate. Today we're going to talk about sub-market specialists. So, you know, when you get into commercial real estate, there's you know, commercial real estate is such a broad theme, right? There's asset class type, there's brokerage type, and you know, there's all these different aspects you can get into. You know, the path I took was sub-market specialization, and you know, it has its pros and cons to it, just like any other specialization does. But the ultimate pro is that you're the market specialist. So just to kind of lay the groundwork of what sub-market specialization is, you know, you're working in neighborhood, essentially is what I call it. You're farming a neighborhood. It's probably a few industrial parks that are clustered near each other, you know, very homogeneous geography. You know, a pretty much a corridor of a highway or something like that has these industrial parks off of them, you know, so and, you know, maybe even zoning related, right? You know, to the heavy industrial to just light industrial. You know, why sub-market specialization works to me is that your information asymmetry is your real product. You know, that's you know, I've seen guys show up in a market for a week. They make some calls. There's no, you know, I've talked with some brokers that are at some larger firms. There's real, like, you know, and those are guys are also chasing these corporate accounts. But this was specifically, you know, let me give you this reference. This guy was at a corporate, more corporate based real estate firm, said he was trying to do some street broker, and he told me what he was doing. And I was like, man, there's no one there to teach you how to do this, you know? So sometimes, you know, you have guys that want to go out and it becomes scatter shooting, right? But then it's going to be real tough to beat the guy that just drives the streets every day, you know. In that market, are you going to beat him on maybe a institutional type deal? Yeah, probably. You might have the right credentials to do that, but you know, so from sub-market specialization, it's going to be tough to beat the local guy. So, you know, back to your information asymmetry, you know, when you are a sub-market specialist, you know which owners are tired, over-levered, absentee, on their way out, you know, all these things. You know, you might know who refinanced or, you know, at peak times, which, you know, which is a real thing right now. You know, you also know which tenants are quietly expanding or contracting. And, you know, something for me that I always did that was a very good leading thing is sometimes, you know, I always tried to have a flyer for specifically going into a building and what I was going to talk to that decision maker about. And if I didn't, you know, if they were in a 50,000 foot building, I wanted to have a 100,000 foot building. But if I didn't have that listing and all I had was something the same size, which same size doesn't really seem to make any sense. But if I had like a 10,000 foot dead storage, I'd lead with that. But hey, here's 10,000 feet of dead storage around the area. You got anything working that you need some short-term space on? And that was a good way to open the conversation to, are they quietly expanding or contracting? You know, it's, you know, yeah. Oh, you know, hey, I don't need 10,000, but I mean, I might need another 30,000 for a short-term deal. And if that works, we're going to need 200,000 or, you know, whatever it could be, you know. So, And then the same thing could be like, man, I don't even need half this. Like,
Yeah.
and then that leads, either path leads to a transaction potentially. The other thing I think is what rents actually are. And I'm just going to go back to Brook Hollow on this. Like right now, we're listening to a couple things in Brook Hollow, and like I'm seeing what they're asking on rental rates, and I'm seeing how many there are available. And I'm just going to my owners, and I'm going, hey, look, you and I have been down here for 15 years, and you've owned this for 30. Let's be the cheap guy on the market.
Yeah.
And just get it done. You can afford to do that, Because, yeah, I know I'm showing you these papers that says $10 and $11 rents is what everybody's asking. They ain't transacting there. So I think that's a sometimes you might not get the listing for telling people that either. But you know what? You don't want an assignment you're going to work on and never execute. So, you also kind of understand the zoning and what's allowed when you get into these markets. So, you also, by doing submarket specialization, you compound relationship density. You go see that guy on a regular basis, man. They get to knowing that you are going to come by on a regular basis, and they just, you get trust. People build trust through familiarity. You know what I mean? You gotta touch somebody so many times before you really create a relationship with them. You can underwrite things faster in your head and have better conviction with these people by being what's going to sell for, what's it really going to take to lease it. I'm working a deal right now on a building that's 12 foot clear, and I told them, I said, I have the buyer for it, but I told them, I was like, if you ask me to list this for you, I wouldn't even take the listing because I've never transacted a 12 foot clear building. I have only listed them and then gotten fired because they don't transact. So
yeah, I wish more guys did that.
Yeah. So, but you become the market maker. I always kind of thought this. I was like the market maker. I felt like I knew the volume. The market maker is the guy on the stock trading room floor that sees the amount of orders coming in and starts making the price based on the volume of sellers. And so I felt like at one point I was the market maker when I was so entrenched in it. Like I knew who was going to do what. I knew what I could sell what at first. I knew where to put one domino fall first and then sell this guy that building after that domino fell because I had the buyer for this building. And then this guy was going to be the buyer for this building. Like I could just chart it all out. So that's the advantage you have of being a submarket specialization. And then you're just driving the market. You're just in it, That's kind of one of your initiatives,
Yeah.
To be in it. You're driving an entire market, but just looking at things. You drive past a building long enough, you just look at it long enough, and eventually one day it just clicks on what needs to happen with it. Or you go on to someone's building and they say, I need this. And be like, man, I know where that's at. Let me go call that person. So that's my rant. That's submarket specialization.
Two things on that. You did a really good job in your career of breaking into some of bigger clients who had a national presence. How does a submarket specialized guy kind of do that when you've got alphabet groups running around saying, whoa, we represent you, Mr. Trucking Company, across, 30 MSAs?
You got to start with the local guy, and it has to be a total cadence on talking to the local guy and calling the corporate guy and just always being there providing information. But you better be calling that corporate guy because the local guy sometimes doesn't realize the relationships they have on those bases. Yeah. But sometimes national accounts people, sometimes you get direct to the person, and it might be the owner, on these larger accounts. So those things are possible. And but yeah, I think it's just must be present to win more than anything.
Yeah.
So
I will say the one thing I've learned from hanging around submarket specialized guys, because at Holt we did that too, and then with the exposure to Mercer Company, I've now learned when I go to another market what a real estate emergency looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You can spot it out, and it's unbelievable the lack of being physically in your market when you broker in a certain MSA.
Yeah.
Like, guys just stay in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And I've probably 6 to 10 times over the last 3 to 4 years, we're out driving. I'm like, oh, that's a real estate emergency right there.
Yep.
And the guy who's in the car with me is like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I think that's like being physically driving out there and seeing these things because they're living, breathing organisms.
They are.
Like it's a massive value.
So, anyways, that's our real estate thought of the week.
Yeah.
Well, since we don't have Versace today, I think I'm going to pass on sports. But that's okay. We'll get him back next week.
What about them Hoosiers?
Man, this is a great game.
Got a little dicey at the fourth quarter.
This is a great game.
Great game.
I mean, just how about Fernando Mendoza's touchdown? God, that guy just wanted it. He's like, I am scoring.
Yes.
I am imposing my will on you guys.
Yes.
But man, it took the first half was slow. Second half got pretty
good.
hot. So that was, hey man, good for Indiana.
Yeah.
30-year-olds are really going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
There's some old dudes. But yeah, my opinion on this is the college football playoff worked again. All these SEC people or all these people that think they should have all these extra bids because they're all this, there's parity now. Like, it worked again. Oh, we got left out. Boo-hoo. It worked again.
You had the ACC versus the Big Ten.
Yeah, and literally the basement of the Big Ten for the past 2 decades.
Yeah, and theoretically, I think a lot of people knew that Miami had great talent, but as the kids say, everyone thought they were mid for most. Like, they're like, hell, they're an 8 to 12 ranked team.
Yeah,
they'll do some damage, but it might not be able to handle the smoke.
Yeah,
but they stuck it to a bunch of teams.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I think what's going to be interesting, too, is seeing Miami going forward. I think they're going to retain a lot. They're going to get back to retaining that South Florida talent.
Yeah.
And how about that one kid, Malachi?
Beast.
Dude, he's supposed to be a senior in high school. He reclassified down and graduated early. What a stud.
Yeah. What was that thing in the U, the 30 for 30? It was like the state of Miami. They drew the line in South. Like, it's probably fixing to come back. It's just super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, them dudes ain't gonna be leaving Liberty City.
No, there should be no reason to.
So, anyways, congratulations to Signetti. I think he can finally smile and man, he's just becoming a meme. Just his eyebrows and his looks and. So, but congratulations to them Hoosiers. We got NFC and AFC championship games this weekend. Man, I have been watching NFL like end to end on the games. I've just really enjoyed them. They've been pretty good. So we got those coming up this weekend. So we'll be iced in. So I'll be watching those.
Yeah.
So, all right. In news. Talk about a hole getting put in a donut. AT&T is leaving downtown Dallas. So,
do we get the death rattle out?
Yeah, probably. This is a pretty big blow. So AT&T is moving their headquarters to Plano to the former JCPenney's campus. Man, those guys are like, sweet.
I don't think they own it anymore.
Well, no, they don't. Investors own it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those guys are like, they're probably sitting on this big swath of property and not knowing what was going to happen. And lo and behold, AT&T shows up.
It's great credit.
So, sounds like, what's crazy, too, is they had just redone this open high-tech plaza down there and spent $100 million on it in 2021.
So that was a note in my point that was a point in my notes too. I didn't know that. That's a shitload of money. And then 2, I thought AT&T was in that building for decades. They've only been there since 2018.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't realize that.
They were over like on Turnpike. They were in a building over in Pinnacle Park.
I didn't know that.
So, man, downtown office, the CBD for office, it don't look good. There's 7 million feet vacant down there.
This is a quote directly from BizNow from the Rosewood Property Company's president, Rick Perdue. We all need to accept that the downtown part of the CBD is never going to be an office CBD ever again.
It ain't. It's not. No one's coming there. They want to go to Uptown or they're going to come up here.
Yeah.
They're going to come up to Frisco. I mean, you're going to have Firefly Park putting up 3 million feet of office. You're going to have the Fields putting up 3 million feet of office.
It's too much. Ray Washburn was also quoted in this. He said, downtown ain't coming back for office, and I wish we had city leaders who looked in the mirror and understood that no tenant wants to come here.
Well, so the City Hall building, they talked about City Hall potentially going in this building because the City Hall building needs $350 million to get back like up to par. That doesn't even sound worth it. Just tear it down.
I have a proposition.
Okay.
To the city of Dallas. Matador will take over. I'm totally going off the cuff here.
All right. Sign me. What are you signing me
Matador
up for?
will come over and be your real estate consultants for all properties that you own or control. Because this is pure mismanagement. You could have gotten ahead of all of this CapEx work and all of these mismanaged leases and saved taxpayers so much freaking money. And we could do it on a consulting basis. Fixed fee.
With the 47-year-old Dallas City Hall facing a deferred maintenance bill. So that says deferred maintenance. So they just ignored it and let it defer?
Like,
it could reach close to $350 million. So city officials could just go over to the Whitacre Tower, which is where AT&T was. And it sounds like the tower, you can't like break it up. Like you need it's tough to break it up.
Allegedly, it's a single user according to this article.
So $350 million.
The thing is, they're not real estate people. They're politicians and city. Like they need to hire a group to just run this shit.
Well, half the time they have CBRE on it.
Dude, we dealt with them.
Yeah.
We know how that works.
Yeah.
Like it don't work well. No offense to CB. We got friends there, good company. There's some amazing individuals there. But like what a waste. What a waste. It's just pure it's gross.
But I can't get a CO.
Oh, you need to pave that yard concrete.
Come on back and we'll give you another thing to talk about.
That just couples with the permitting building.
Mm-hmm.
You bought a building. You can't even, the left hand can't administer the proper certifications and documentations to make the right hand go to work.
Right.
Wild.
Totally wild.
Just ridiculous. But
so
what do you do with these buildings? What do you do with them?
I don't know.
Do you blow them up? I mean, you have some heavy hitters who are commenting on this thing. The reality, somebody said in here, what a great opportunity to repurpose that building for the city. How do you do that? I really want to know, because the conversion thing, like Dylan and I were talking about it beforehand. He's like, I haven't heard anything about the conversions going well or not. Like, there's been no
residential?
Yeah.
No,
and there's a safety issue down there. The buildings weren't set up that way. Like, where are you going to,
I think you're going to have to destroy them.
Somebody's just got to take it in the shorts.
Yeah.
And, or Dylan said, he's like, just give it to the Mavs. Just
wax it. And
wax it. Like put them down there.
It's not a bad idea.
So it's in the, I don't know, man. It's really not good. It's dangerous. Dylan too. I guess he works out down there on Wednesdays. He's like every Wednesday when he's out for a jog, He's jumping over homeless people just laying in the middle of the sidewalks.
Yeah, that doesn't. Those aren't features when you go on a tour down there.
No. So the other thing I wonder too is with them moving to Plano, it would be very interesting if, I'm sure they did this study, if they can share with us how many people are going to be driving north on the tollway to this location and south. And does this alleviate any traffic?
Well, I think they said that was part of the reasoning too, was that they felt like it was going to lower commutes for a lot of their employees.
Yeah,
I mean, let's face it. Are
they coming from your side or my side?
Well, I mean, either way, like,
I just hope it's
probably easier than getting into downtown.
Oh, it's a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, Builders First Source moved out of there.
Yeah.
Bank of America moved out of there. These guys are gone. Like, there's nobody. Deloitte left.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised Stream is still downtown. I
mean, I wonder how long their lease is. I mean, they probably have the building management and all that stuff wrapped up in that. But
so I just wonder what traffic looks like.
I don't know. Someone's going to have to figure it out. Maybe old Ray Washburn will. It's kind of his stomping grounds. So.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, that's all I got this week.
We're done.
See ya, real estaters.